Well, a very good morning from Tokyo, where we have the IBSA Judo Grand Prix 2023 well and truly underway. And, well, we had some great judo yesterday, and it was, well, some good ippongs were coming thick and fast, I have to say, and we're hoping for much of the same today. We have 3 mats that are going on. I can only commentate on one of the mats. So I will be choosing that one, and that means that for the final block a little bit later, we will be I'll be covering the finals, and then the bronze medal matches will also be going on mat 1 and mat 3 at the same time as the finals. So we'll report on those as well as we go on. We're going to start on mat number 2, where we have the J2 under 90 kilograms just about to get underway. Smagulali of Kazakhstan up against Gochiori of Georgia, and I can tell you now that Gochiori of Georgia is a real handful. One of the favourites in the category. Gochiori is in blue. Paralympic champion in Rio de Janeiro, Gochiori. And he has big, massive hip movements, as have all of the Georgians, of course, but we're expecting much of the same from him today. Smagulali of Kazakhstan, slightly busier. J2, the visually impaired. J1 is totally blind. Classified as blind. There was the Sodi there that he tried to put across, and that's going to be a Wazari there. Gochiori then manages to just Tewaza him over onto his back there, and Smagulali didn't have a chance. And he just hold him now for 10 seconds, it's all over, and Gochiori then through to the next round. Watch this Tewaza look just from there. Still game on because it didn't ground. Went for the Kosoto there, Kazakh fighter. Got punished with a big Tewaza onto his back, and then just followed it through. So he'll go through to fight one of the favourites, Lachimanian of France, in the next round, and the number 1 seed as well. Evan Malloy of Great Britain next up against Otabek Irsbeckov of Uzbekistan. Possible semi-final meeting either with Gochiori or Lachimanian of France. Evan in white here. Straight away, straight into the attack, Evan Malloy. We've got J1 57 kilos happening on mat 3. And J1 under 90 kilograms happening on mat number 1. Well, I have to keep breaking, coming back to the middle. Different J1, J2. A lot of the J2s will be able to find their way back to the centre and ready to start in the Kumakata hold. And there's a nice Seotoshi attack there from Malloy. Spinning right the way through there. Didn't quite have enough control of the upper part of the body. Judo then to Irsbeckov. Feels the danger there, I think, Malloy. Wow, a couple of mistakes there, and he almost went on his back there, Malloy. Well, he knows he's got his work cut out. Certainly if he gets past this one there, he'll fight the winner out of Rafael Gorel of Germany and Di Canizaro of Italy. We will, of course, bring you any of the other Ippons happening on Mat 1 and 3 as well, or whichever one that I'm not commentating on. So if we hear a big boom, then Philip will be able to just indicate to me which mat it's on, and we'll go over and have a look at it. Well, Irsbeckov here is not being first in at all. It's all Evan Malloy at the moment taking the chances. Change of direction there from Malloy. And another great attempt there from Malloy, piling in the attacks here, and Irsbeckov isn't far off getting a second Judo here. Well, we saw a bit of jostling for Kumakata, the right Kumakata yesterday. Oh, and he made a mistake there. He did. Gets away with it there, Malloy. Tried for the Tanio Toshi, and a little bit more direction there for Irsbeckov, and it would have been a score against him. Malloy, I mean. Just wasn't any drive there from his opponent. Well, Irsbeckov absolutely hasn't been able to attack really because Malloy putting the first ones in, and there's another one. Well, now we're going to see a second Judo, I think, Irsbeckov. Third Judo possibility. So he'd already got two, sorry. And so Irsbeckov loses it. Evan Malloy goes through to the next round. Right, let's have a look, see where we are. Well, we'll have a look to see who's going to fight Malloy. And we'll have a look at the next matchup, which will be Gorel, Daniel Raphael Gorel of Germany, up against Simeon Canizaro of Italy. So a couple of Judos handed out yesterday. Too much jostling for the Commentated. Somebody wanted the inside grip. Oh, it's an Ippon. What a lovely Ippon that was. Ashi Garuma there and Gorel of Germany. Well, the leg went across and big rotation, and that's, wow, short work there of the Italian, and Canizaro. It's an early bath, I'm afraid. Gorel goes through. Right. And let's have a look. Let's go down to mat number 1. And we'll just have a little look at the J1 90 kilograms, where we have Jonard of France up against Andre Watson of United States. Takes a little bit longer with the J1s because you have to literally transport them back to the middle. There's a lot of mates and it can make the contest twice as long. We see a yellow dot as well on the back, as apart from the red dot, which is J1. Yellow dot means that it's also problems hearing, so hearing problems, and so you see the referee absolutely touching and instructing and directing. I think that was probably a Wazari there on the referee. She won't like that. Just a trip, I think. Just tripped over. Oh. Well, Mate was called and Jonard was following it down there. Big Yushiro Kesikatami, and the American Watson is able to have another chance. Was Ari there from Junad? Ashiwaza. Well, it was a mixture, wasn't it, with Ashiwaza and Tewaza. So the hands were working overtime. So in the early rounds, we just have a few situations where we have to fight one or two matches off, and then it gets through to the second round. Well, it's all over, so I think a third Shido has been given to Andre Watson. And so Janad wins, and he'll go through to fight Al Ghari of Iraq in the next round. Let's go, are we still on mat number 1? Yes, we are. Jarakalov of Uzbekistan in white, just about to come out against Jack Hodson of Great Britain. Of course, Great Britain now have 2 at the plus 90 kilograms. Chris Skelly was the Paralympic champion at the slightly lighter weight. Now gone up to plus 90s, so it wasn't a good thing for Jack, but they are best of mates and training partners as well. And they're both on the same half of the draw, actually. Oh, no, they're not. They're on opposite halves, just looking down. Possibility then for a 1 and 2 for Great Britain. Got a few fights to win first, though. Likes to move, Hodson. Oh, that was a mistake, and Makikomi there takes Hodson over. That arm well and truly wrapped up. So was Ari down, and now he's got it all to do. This match to get through to the semi-final. Needs to step it up now, Hodson. British coach Ian Johns doing a great job with this Paralympic team from Great Britain, and well, Hodson as well is one of those that sometimes needs some signing. Oh, and it's gone down. He's gone down, Hodson, for a second was Ari, and it's all over. So Jarakalov is going to go through, and that Makikomi there puts paid to Hodson's bid. Well, he's not too chuffed about it, but anyway, that's the way it is sometimes. He'll still have a repechage fight, so he's still got a chance of a medal, Hodgson. So he'll be totally disappointed with that. He won't be happy with that. Chikudze of Georgia is already through to that semi-final, so it'll be Jurakalov against Chikudze. Here he is, the Paralympic champion of a slightly lighter weight now because they've changed the weights. Chris Skelly of Great Britain in white. Irsbeckov, Kazakhstan. Loves his knee was up. Chris Skelly, that's where he wants to be. And you can tell straight away starts to hunt for it. He really does hunt for it, and I hope the referee gives him a little bit of time just to get what he wants. And he's going to go onto the arm. Needs to roll the other way. Oh, he was on it though. Well, that's a good start there for Chris Skelly. Tried for the tomoe there. Looking for different ways of executing certain techniques. Chris Skelly, just something to add to his repertoire. It's a good indicator actually as to when athletes are always asking for something to further their game, to add to their repertoire. That wasn't far off there. Just managed to prevent the landing. So no real danger there for Chris Skelly. Big arm over the back. Now then, what can he do with that? Needs to send the hips in. Skelly. Either that or he's going to look for the Tomanagi. Oh, now then was that. He didn't quite get the landing on the side there. Went to backside. They might have a little look at that just to see. That wasn't far off, was it, for a score? Have a look at the top half. It's got to be at 90 degrees. Probably not. Well, Judo for Skelly. Neither one of them really happy with that kamikata, that grip. Irsbeckov, I have to say, fighting a good fight here against the Paralympic champion. And this is the opportunity now. So can Skelly get that leg out? So he's going to tie the top half up. And he needs to hurry up because the referee is there. And can he just tie that arm up? Udigarami's going for. Udigarami, and can he get it on? I think that's going to go on. Oh, he does well there, Irsbeckov. Well, that was definitely on. So 2 really good attacks there from Chris Skelly. Where they go again. Needs to get on his bike a little bit, Skelly, and start moving.
Quarterfinal, J1 over 70 kilo.
第3ラウンド、続いては J170 キロ超級準々決勝。青、アラブ首長国連邦マリアン・アルハーハーニ。白、アゼルバイジャンカティーラ・イシエワ。
Well, it really is a jostle, isn't it, for Commentated, just to get the Commentated that you want. Sometimes you want the inside grip, and that was a bit... well, he went down for the Tomanagi there, but he went off the back of an attack. Better to kill the attack than go in. Well, this could possibly go into golden score. Good stance, Irsbeckov. Well, definitely some jostling there for the superior inside grip. Oh, it's going to go over. Oh dear. Well, I think luckily for him, Chris Skelly, the bell had already gone. Right the way between the legs there for the Seotoshi, and, well, it didn't count. The bell had gone already. Chris Skelly gets another chance. Well, I've got to say he's been a little bit fortunate in this match here, because Irsbeckov really committing himself. Well, he gets the Wazari, and so that's it. Skelly's going to be out. So, well, he gets the Wazari for it. It was on the bell, they said, and so Chris Skelly will have to fight in the repechage.
goes the Repechage.
Well, still two chances for the Brits. And let's go to J1, under 70s. Let's go have a little look at map 1. See what's happening there. J1, map 1. Oh, we are map 1. Oh, right, sorry. Yeah, we are. So it's a quarter-final match. Sorry. Philip thinks I'm going mad. The J1 under 70 kilogram match. Sachida Minako up against Ali Maha of Egypt. Maha of Egypt is in blue. Sachia of Japan in white. And away they go. So each time the referee will take them back into the middle of the map rather than just call hajime wherever they are, because they have no concept, or they can lose concept then of where they are. If they start in the centre every time, then they have an idea, especially if it's a 16-metre square. Well, so referee will have to escort them back in. So both fighters here just drifting out of the area. So the referee shout Jogai as they approach the area, and they should turn and at least stop moving in that general direction. So neither fighter really managed to make an impact here so far. So the winner of this will go through to the semi-final. Bit too much information sometimes coming out of the coach's chair, and at the wrong time as well, while they're actually fighting. Let's go down to mat number 3. Let's have a look at the J1 57 kilos category. See where we are. Liana Mutia of USA is up against Ujan Amrieva of Uzbekistan, and that's happening as we speak. Was Ari on the board to Mutia? That might score again, and it does. Was Ari Rossetti upon there. Mutia drops Siatoshi, drives off the back legs there, and takes her onto her back. Excellent stuff, that. So Mutia of the United States of America will go through to the semi-final. We'll stay on this mat because we've got Larissa Silva of Brazil up next. She'll be up against Amrieva of Uzbekistan. Sorry, Kania of Moldavia. Larissa Silva in white, Baranyi of Hungary in blue. Straight into the attack there, Silva. Well, if it's across the face, then it'll be immediate mate. Some information was being shouted out then to Baranyi. So she was otherwise occupied there. Still no score on the board.
That'll be one next contest, quarterfinal J1 under 70. Idun from Kazakhstan, Dina Kudulova in white representing Italy. Matilde Labuya.
One of the favourites in this category, Priscilla Gagny of Canada. On the bottom part of the draw, Priscilla Gagny. And she will be pushing very hard for gold. She's got a couple of really tough fights. Mutia, for example, on the top half there, the American. Well, Silva is the one that gets a Shido for not attacking, passivity, and Baranyi, well, she gets her instructions too, but she doesn't get a Shido. Baranyi now taking it to ground. Once or twice gone directly across the face, so of course immediate mate. Now starting to go to work here. Baranyi tries the Sumigaish. We've seen quite a few Sumigaishes go amiss, go awry, and put them in danger. They lie on the back, of course, and they just walk round the legs for the offside komi. So it's one of the problems with doing sacrifice. Well, Priscilla Gagny is up next, up against Kearney of Moldavia. I'm really surprised that there's not more Newaza, and that the fact that they don't follow it down and have some precision techniques that they're actually going to go for, getting it around the back, and because then absolutely you know exactly where they are, and also if it's progressive they'll let you carry on. Situations like this, for example. One more penalty up there for silver, and one of the favourites will go out. Oh, that's going to be a score. And Wazari scored there for silver. Manages to take Barani over. Barani committed. Arm was over the back there. She starts to go in there. Tani Otoshi, though, from silver of Brazil, puts her on her back. Well, they're looking, I think, to see if that warranted a nip-on. I don't think it did. Now have another look, Philip. I thought there was 2 points of contact there, so. And you know, they say that if it lacks just that little bit, then better to go for the Wazari. Have they given it? Yeah. Oh, and that's it. Second one. Second technique there by Silva, and takes her back this time. Gets a clean hip on Barani. So it'll be Silva against Mutia. Nice little Kouchi there. She's stuck on the leg, drove her backwards. Look how she just scoops the leg up and drives back. Finishes it off. Priscilla Gagny of Canada next out, up against Kearney of Moldavia. Spoke to Priscilla Gagny just a little bit earlier, and she was very confident, as she always is. Paralympic medalist, silver medalist. Big arm over the back there, and she's moving. And this is something that we haven't seen from the others so much, and she really is trying to move over there onto the belt. Big hips are going to come across. Goes right. Changes it to the other side. So right and left then for Cagney. Her coach, Andrei Sadej, very dear friend of mine. We used to fight each other as long time ago, but really a dear friend. Doing such a good job in Canada, and he's been there right from the beginning with Priscilla. So far, it's all Gagny. Uchimata this time. She's got to change the direction as well, I think. So not only left, she can go right, but that Uchimata this time. And it seems to me that Kearney is just waiting for the right moment to do a Satemiwaza. And Kearney gets a Shido. Well, it really has been all Cagney so far. She's been moving all over the tatami, and a nice Ashiwaza this time. And that was Cagney as well. Kearney just waiting for the chance to counter-attack. Good performance this from Cagney. I think if she just changes probably to the backward direction, she'll have success with that uchi that she did. Looking for the big hip throw again. Arm round. Oh, this time changes it. Yoko Satemiwaza. Can't be far off. Second Shido for Kearney. Second Shido goes to Kearney. She'll have to take the initiative. Easier said than done when you've got somebody like Cagney absolutely first in every time. Oh, nice Isaguruma there, and a nice ippon there from Cagney, and she was all over the whole shop and the whole contest, and that was a really nice change of direction. Hips went across, then she does, well, it was more, was it Hiza? Yeah, more Hiza, and a brilliant ippon there from Cagney. She goes through to the semi-final, and I've got to say, she's the one that has impressed me the most. Oh, great start there for the Canadian. So we'll have a look just to see who she is going to fight. So it's either Gomez Martinez of Argentina or it's Manzanero Ruiz of Spain. So we will stay on this mat. Gomez Martinez in white here. Manzanero, Spain in blue. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to have to do, Philip, because there's a really good match going on at the moment on mat number 2 with the J2 90 kilograms. And, well, I've been instructed anyway as well that it's probably could be the final, this. And let's go to mat number 2, where we've got the J2 under 90 kilos quarterfinal match between Lachmanea of France, the number 1 favourite, and he's just taken Gokaturi over. They've got a was-area piece now, and it's all systems go, and he's gone on top of him. And he's just going to hold him now for 10 seconds, and that's a massive surprise because Gokaturi was a favourite as well. He's the Paralympic champion. Lachmanea of France then secures an Ippon win over one of the other favourites, Gokaturi. Wow. Lachmanea then, the winner of the fight that everybody wanted to look at. We'll stay on this and we'll have a look at Evan Malloy of Great Britain. His quarterfinal then to go through to fight Lachmanea. And he's up against Gorel, who had a good first round match from Germany. Straight away there, Gorel went right the way underneath the arm there. That's the grip he wanted. Big arm over the top. Surigoshi! Oh, massive. Oh, goodness me. That arm went over the top there, and a massive Surigoshi there from the German. And Malloy goes over the top. Cleanly onto his back there. What a day that Gorel's having, because he went through the Italian just exactly the same, and it was all over in a matter of seconds. And what can I say? That's going to be an absolute cracker of a match between him and Lachmanea. 3 Brits then in the repechage then, and we can only wait to see how that works out. What have we got? Quarterfinal, Amanzol of Kazakhstan against the other Georgian here, Kizilashvili. Well, it looks like Kizilashvili gets it by default, so he will not have to fight. One more quarterfinal in this under 90 kilos category then. So Casanova up against Karamatov. Casanova in white from Brazil. straight away starts the move, and that's the big thing, isn't it? Is that as soon as they start to move, then they are dangerous, and that's the same with able-bodied and visually impaired. It doesn't make any difference. You need to get it moving. It really does come back down to maximum efficiency, minimum effort. Well, that's the problem, isn't it? You know, how far? I mean, Jogai was called out. They went too far outside the area. Very seldom do we see Shidos for the edge of the area. But certainly for certain Kumakata situations, we see it. Well, we've got J1 under 90s happening up on mat number 1, and we've got the J2 plus 70s happening on mat 3. Too late. That was a ride and roll, wasn't it, really? And I think also the referee had called Mate. Wants that big arm over the top, and that's going to be a score. That big arm over the top there, Karamatov, and as soon as he had it there, hips went across there. Manages to Surigoshi him over for a Wazari. And this time holds him for another 10 seconds to make it Ippon. So it's Karamatov then will go through to fight Kiklishvili. So, where are we now? Just having a little look to see where we're going to go. We'll stay on mat number 2, where we've got a plus 90s J1. A contest between Basok and Kushvaktov of Uzbekistan. And we'll stay on this mat because we've got Zakiev the famous Aziri, who's going to come out. He's a double Paralympic champion, and so he'll be out third match. Oh, it's just going to roll him over. How easy did he make that look then? Just turned him straight over there, Basok, and into the offside combi. Well, he literally just grabbed him and wheeled him over. I think that was another mat there. There was slight confusion there as to whether it was enough seconds. Look at that turnover. I think that was called get over and get on your back. So Basok wins by Ippon. Another quarter-final match. Dash Dursuren of Mongolia up against Al Sultani of Iraq. Just going to take a second, Philip, and I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Next quarterfinal, J1 over 90. Number 3, next contest is semifinal, J1, women over 70 kg. In blue judo gi, representing Azerbaijan, Khatira Ismailova. In white judo gi, representing United States of America, Cristela Garcia. The number 2, next contest, J1 over 90 kilo, quarterfinal. Judo representing Iraq, Muqtada Al-Sultani. In white judo representing Mongolia, Tashserin Ganbat.
Straight into the attack there. Dancerin. Al-Sultani now at least knows what's going to happen. I like his stature as well, Dancerin. Sianagi again, and he gets the hip on straight the way underneath there. And again with movement, look at the movement first, and then the Siatoshi underneath there. And he just puts him flat onto his back. What a fine performance that was. Dancerin would be difficult to beat, I think. It's a round of applause there. That was good. Excellent stuff.
In the semifinal, Al-Sultani of Iraq in the Repechage. The number 2, next quarterfinal, J1 over 90 kilogram category. Judo representing Uzbekistan, Irsbeckov,
well, this man really is a character. Zakiev, very famous in Azerbaijan. Two-time Paralympic champion and a real celebrity. Look at that, got the grip. Oh, that's it, all over. Just seconds. That big left arm there, round the back. Look at that. Well, was it Yoko Guruma? Terrific throw there from Zakiev. And Zakiev, well, he's going to be difficult to beat as well. Well, just one more in this J1 plus 90s. We'll have a wait and see. Last of the quarterfinals then. In this J1 plus 90 kilograms. Utepov, Kazakhstan, up against Daniel Nit of the Netherlands.
Quarterfinal, J1 under 90 Netherlands, Daniel Nit. Illinois from Kazakhstan, Iran, Utepov.
Well, we've seen some really big ippons in this category so far. Not one golden score. And that big Makikomi there wasn't far off. Well, they've got to go in. They're going to have to commit. Well, it's going to be Shido in a minute. So Utepov takes the chance. Net gets the Shido. See the referee there, just dwarfed by what's going to be a... So Shido goes to Utepov for not playing the game as far as the Komakata is concerned. Interesting. So again, Utepov trying for the Yoko Sotemi waza. J1. So these are totally blind. Just takes that little bit extra time then to set it all up. Now then, that was interesting. He was having a look at the Kapeta Ochigari then. Sianagi this time from net.
The next contest is semifinal, J157 kilo.
続いて第3ラウンド J157 キロ級準決勝。青、ブラジル、ラリサ・シルバ。白、アメリカ、ミラー・イルセガ。
J157's just about to happen, I think. So Mutia, that's on mat number 3. We'll go and have a look at mat number 3, I think. If we can, we're just going to go down there and we'll have a look at the J157s because we were following that. And that's a nice technique straight in there to see the Seotoshi. Mutia, United States, up against Silva. And she's holding her down now. And this is a good performance here from Mutia of the United States of America. Larissa Silva was always going to be struggling, but yeah. Mutia goes through to the final. Mutia is through, and we've got next up Priscilla Cagney of Canada up against Gomez Martinez of Argentina. The winner of those will fight Mutia in the final. Mutia already through, then we've got a finalist.
The number 3 next semifinal, J157 kilo.
第3ラウンド、続いては J157 キロ級準決勝。青、アルゼンチン、ポーラ・ゴメス・マルティネス。白、カナダ、プリシラ・キャグネ。
The number 2, the winner of the quarterfinal, in white judo from Kazakhstan, Yerman Otepov.
Let's see if Cagney starts exactly the same on the move. Changing from left to right. And she does. Immediately goes left stance to right. Just wants to get on with it, Cagney. Makikomi this time. Quickly up. Left-handed fighter, Cagney, but goes right as well. Looking for the Ouchi. She does the Uchimata from there as well. Judo goes to Gomez. More attacking from her. It's all Cagney at the moment. Still no score on the board though. Well, did well there. Just stayed in, managed to stay in. Well, it was almost a clash, wasn't it, that then? Just wants to get on with it. Now then, she's got the belt. And she changes it to the other side. And Gomez Martinez looking for the counter. That's apparent. She's going to go in again. Well, I've got to say that Gagny all over this. Hasn't managed to get a score yet though. And Gomez Martinez waiting for that counter. Just that right moment. Chimata this time from Cagney. Wasn't quite there. Didn't quite get the landing there. Second Judo, Gomez Martinez. There's the Uchimata. And look how she goes onto the elbow there, not onto the side. Now has the belt again. Uchimata, Kochigari. She's going to go again. Well, Priscilla Cagney has climbed on top of this match. Just needs a score on the board. Of course, one of the big problems when you're so open with your fighting is that you can get caught. Which is what nearly happened there with Gomez. Oh, she's fallen into the hold down. Fell right on top of her there. And, well, she did do an ouchi as well. I think it started from the ouchi. But then fell on top there. Tati Shiho. And look at that. She was so quick in there. And she wasn't going to let that go. And it's all over. Cagney is through. It would have been a disaster, actually, for her if she hadn't won that, because she was so far on top of the contest. But big pals afterwards, thank goodness. Cagney through then to the final against Mutia. So a Pan American final then with the United States of America against Canada. We've seen plenty of those.
Prix next semifinal, J2 over 70 kilo.
続いて第3マット J270 キロ超級準決勝
So now semi-final, Rebecca Silva of Brazil and Kaziski of Kazakhstan. And this is the J2 plus 70 kilograms semi-final. Remember that we try and stay with the highest ranking contest that happens over the 3 mats. Well, the one that's further along anyway. Oh, Sorigari there from Silva. Oh, and she counted her now as she got the neck. The referee will check to see if it's underneath the neck. And if she can get the leverage there, it might be all over. She's right on it, the referee. Oh, and she gets the ippon. Good transition down there from Rebecca Silva. Priscilla Lise of France next. Second semi-final, and it will be against Zarina Refova of Kazakhstan. Well, that wasn't far off. I know what she was after there. She was after the Kouchi, which she almost got there, Liz. She might have come unstuck here. Refova tries for the turnover and put herself in trouble. Right to right, so Lise wants that front leg, and actually the little Kouchi that she did earlier, probably the one, but goes for the Makikomi this time. Oh, and she just was just too tempted, wasn't she, to rat round there then. And now Rafova on top. And she's gone for the Jujigatami. Is the arm out? I think it might be out. Just about to tap then she was. Wow, that was a bit fortunate there for Lees. Lees was just about to submit then. But she was on that arm there, wasn't she, Rafova? That was excellent. Oh, this is a good semi-final. It really is. It's back and forth. It really could go either way, this match, just depending on who catches the other. So a second Shido up for Rafova. That means that she's now under pressure. Possibility of losing on penalties here. Oh, she's countered her, and it was always a danger. Lees took the chance. She started to turn in there for the Makikomi, and Taniotosh took her onto her side there for a score. Nine seconds left on the clock. Rafova then ahead. Just needs to hold off now, Rafova. Serena Rafova then goes through to the final up against Silva of Brazil. And that will take place a little bit later on. Let's have a look then, see what we have now. Repechage fights, I think, on map 3. So let's go to map number 1, where we've got Chezin, Thailand, up against Augustin of Philippines. Chezin is a Wazari ahead. J1, under 90 kilos category. Trying for the Makikomi here, Augustin. Well, he knows he's got to go for it here, Augustin. He's always Wazari down. He's got plenty of time, mind. Oh, he scores an ippon. Chezin takes him backwards. Uranagi manages to take him absolutely flat onto his back there. So already a Wazari up. Great performance there. That put him through to the quarterfinals. So we have a semi-final now, just about to happen. J2 plus 90 kilograms. Jurakalov of Uzbekistan up against Shikhodzi of Georgia. And we've seen Shikhodzi out at all the events. This is a semi-final, J2 under plus 90. Saw Jokarov come through against Hodson of Great Britain. It's a bit disappointed, but fighting through in the repechage. Well, they have to attack, and that means that's probably Shido, I would have thought. So they both get a warning there. Let's see some more action. Two British fighters in this category are having to fight in the repechages. One of them, of course, Chris Skelly, the Paralympic champion. Now he's got the grip that he wants. Somebody's going to go here. Well, that wasn't too far off, was it? Well, as soon as they're latched on, these two, they're both able and capable of throwing each other. Uchigari and both committing, which normally means that one of them is going to go. Zhirakalov almost catching the counter then. Chikoidze, though, fully committing. Oh, Sodagari! Well, credit to these two because they're both keeping it an open fight. Not afraid to take a couple of chances. Well, that wasn't too far off either, was it? J290 semi-finals are just about to happen. Lachmaniana of France up against Gorel of Germany. That's about to happen. If we finish this one, we'll go straight over to it. He might have that. Oh, he does. He gets the Ippon. Okay, let's go quickly over then to mat number 2, where we've got Lachimiana here, one of the favourites, absolute favourite actually, up against Goral, Germany. And the German has been on scintillating form all day as well. Probably the hardest semi-final here, the J2 under 90s. Saying that, we've got Kikilashvili and Kurmatov of Uzbekistan. Well, he wasn't far off with that, was he? He gets the Wazari for it, actually. Lachimanea then goes a Wazari up, and he might have that as well. See if he's latched onto there. He needs to get out of there, Goral. So this Sianagi just gets him a landing, just. Hips weren't all the way through, but he just managed to kind of get a landing, didn't he? Oh, what a switch that was. Great switch of direction there, and the Frenchman takes him flat onto his back. So Lachimanea this time changes to the other flank. He's through to the final. Who's it going to be against him? Wow, it's all kicking off now. Kizilashvili next up for Georgia. And he'll have Kurmatov of Uzbekistan. Straight away, arm over the back there. Kurmatov. J2 under 90s semi-finals. And Kizilashvili hasn't done an attack yet. Well, he gets a second Shido now, Kazilashvili. And he's going to have to really liven it up a little bit. He is dangerous when he moves. Kazilashvili can throw. Well, really is just defending, and he's getting frustrated, Kazilashvili. Been beaten to the attack every single time. Well, so far, Kurmatov has been all-out attack. It's been all him. Well, the J2s normally pretty good at staying inside the area. One more penalty on there, it'll be all over. Kurmatov will go through. But Kazilashvili, well, he's always dangerous, he really is. Still over 2 minutes left of this contest. Wow, so aggressive there to go across the face, and the mate called. Well, he really needs to put something across. He's got 2 Shidos on the board there. Still 2 minutes to go. He's got big chance of getting the third one. A big chance here, getting through to the final. Well, I don't know what he wants to have a look at. He wants to have a look at something there. Something happened.
Semifinal in white, Judo from Kazakhstan. Druga mesa, Repechage.
Well, this is what. Ooh. Yeah, I think there was a kind of a kick to the leg there that they're looking at. That might be a third Judo, I think. I think the main thing is, was it intentional? On Sokomaki then, and Kuromatov goes through to the final.
The winner of the semifinal in blue judo from Uzbekistan, Paralympic. Karamantov goes to the final. Izila of Georgia with for bronze. Coming one next quarterfinal, J1 under 90 kilograms. In blue from Sweden, Oscar Whitegren. In white from Moldova, Oleg Gretsu. Coming two next semifinal, J1 over 90 kilograms.
第2マット、続いては J190 キロ超級準決勝。青、モンゴル。ラッシュセガンバット。白、モルドバ、イオン・パソ。
Semi-final match then. Basok. And he's up against Dashiren of Mongolia. I was very impressed with the Mongolian actually in the previous round. This is the J1 plus 90 kilograms. Dashiren immediately goes into the offensive. Right on top of it with the follow through to Newaza. Dashiren in for the Sianagi. Basok, how strong did he look there? Oh, and he just rolled him into the hold down, and that was a good bit of Newaza there. And he'll just chase it up here, trying to secure it, and he does. Basok does the really clever little turnover there, had a double stab at it. Didn't quite have it under control, but then he just climbs it up and gets it under control. So all over. Basok goes through. Well, he chased in Newaza, I've got to say. He did. If we can have another look, Philip, can we just get the follow through there from Basok? Failed technique there from the Mongolian, and then he was straight on top here, Basok, and then just the turnover into the hold. Excellent stuff. Has to climb up a little bit just to secure it. Well, who's he going to fight? It's either Zakiev or Utapov.
Next semifinal, J1
That's next.
over 90 kilo.
ラインマット、続いては J190 キロ超級準決勝、青、カザフスタン、イラン・ブトン。
Well, I've got to say, Zakiev, the last time I saw him at the Paralympics, the president of his country, he made him stand on the rostrum with him, which was quite amazing, and everybody, it defied all protocol. It wasn't meant to happen, but Zakiev managed to do it. Somebody as tall as himself here, Yutupov's big man. That's what he wants. He wants that big arm over the back there, and tries for the Tanio Toshi. Didn't quite get the landing there. Ujigari, Yutupov. Now he's got the grip. And he gets, does he get a score? Well, not quite. Referee did well there. Don't think it quite had the landing there. Zakiev. Yukugak, I think, he might have had, actually. Can we just see it at the top of that landing? Well, his arm was underneath it, so no, there's too much of a gap there. So I don't think any score. I think what they'll find is what we just found there, Philip, really, is that little bit of a gap underneath, wasn't there? Just a tiny bit of a gap. So I don't think it was a score. I had to look at it twice, though, because it had the 90-degree landing. Good decision. That's why we have the video referees, though, because then you can have a closer look from a couple of different angles. We've only got one angle, actually, at the moment. Normally we get two at least, and if not three angles. He wants to reel him in here, Zakiev. Now he's got it, and is that one going to be a score? No, I don't think that was quite there either. Oh, I think she might want to have a look at that one as well. Well, certainly Zakiev has come closest to scoring here, twice, almost. scoring the Wazari. Arm over. Well, I would be stopping that arm because that's when he attacks. That's definitely a score. And this time he just takes it down all the way into the hold down, and he gets the submission from Utopov. So as soon as he catches that grip there, that's when he goes in for it. And this time he rolls all the way into the hold. So it's going to be Zakhaev against Bazok of Moldavia, and that should be an absolute cracker actually.
Semifinal in white judo representing Azerbaijan, double Paralympic champion Irsbeckov.
So what have we got now? We've got Repechage match on. Yes, a Repechage match just about to come on mat number 2 with Gokchuri in the J2 minus 90s. He's up against Evan Malloy. And we've got Badhuyag of Mongolia up against Matsumoto of Japan. And that's happening on, that's a J1 under 90s happening on mat number 1. And that's a quarterfinal, so let's go to that one. Let's go and have a look at that one. Mat number 1. Kuyag of Mongolia then, just about to step out. Or was that already done? Back to, I must have just turned my back. Can we have a look at it? Nice little ouchi there. Beautifully taken. That's what judo's all about, isn't it? Hips driving right the way down. So Daniel Powell, quarterfinal here, up against Chasin of Thailand. Daniel Powell just wants to get on with this. Powell in white, yep, representing Great Britain. And a massive hip on there from Powell. And he looked really confident, didn't he? That and that big sasai there, Surikomiyashi, finishes it off in great style. Wow, great performance there from Daniel Powell. So Dan Powell goes through to the final. Well, in fact, he doesn't. He goes through to the semi-final, doesn't he, Dan Powell? And everything looking good. Two repechage matches going on at the moment. Can we go on to mat number 2? Let's have a look at that one with Gukaturi. See how he's doing here up against Evan Malloy, and he's just taken the match, Gukaturi. And Evan Malloy will be glad to have had a go at him. Talking about it a little bit earlier. Got a few repechage matches now. Benjamin Goodrich of USA up against Marcelo Casanova. This is a repechage match in the J2 under 90 kilos category.
Longest now semifinal, J1, under 70 kilogram category. So the one in blue jury representing Egypt, Ali. In the white jury representing Prix,
Well, Makikomi attempt there from Goodrich. Well, I'm just looking up. We've got a semi-final happening on mat number 1 in a second, so we'll keep an eye out there. I think they're just coming out now. Let's go to mat number 1, where we've got the semi-final of the and it's Pash Chalidou of Greece up against Ali of Egypt, and it's the J1 under 70s. Well, they've got to attack, both of them. They might just both get a Shido apiece here for not attacking properly. This happened on mat number 2. Look at that, Osoto Otoshi there just reaches across Soda Makikomi, and that was beautifully taken. So they do get a Shido apiece, these two. They're just having a little kick at each other's legs there, and they've got to go in with more emphasis. I think one good attack from either one of these. There we go. Here we go. Well, it's Paschalidou that is the one trying to come across. Ali hasn't done anything actually at all. Pascalidu had a bye through to the semi-final, and well, Sachiya of Japan, she lost to Ali, and Ali went through to the semi-final. Well, just informing them that they are 2 Shidos now on the board. One more. I honestly don't know what would happen if neither one of them decides to do anything. And that's the first proper attack that we've seen, really. Pascalidu then didn't quite get the landing for that. That was a bit unfortunate, wasn't it? This happened on mat 2 just. Oh, Siatoshi there drove off the legs there. Look at that. Boom. Right the way onto his back. Oh, we're going to have 2.5 hours at least before the finals, aren't we? So it's all over, and Pascalidu then will go through. 3 Shidos, a bit of a lackluster contest, that one. Okay, who's going to go a meter then? Who's it going to be? The Hajav of Mongolia, or is it going to be Laria of Italy? That's the next one up, and we'll watch this semi-final. Straight into the attack and gets a Wazari straight away there. Hajav of Mongolia showing how she means to carry on. Makikomi straight away. Well, I thought it was two different parts, really. I thought it hit the floor and then turned. Look how aggressive she is. And she's going to get it this time. And Wazeti upon. Hajav really meant business there, didn't she?
The winner of the semifinal
Hajav then goes through to the final, which he'll be fighting Pascalidou of Greece in that final. Well, just two more categories still to be sorted out then. We're going to go, what are we going to do? Well, we'll stay on here for a bit, where we've got Matsumoto of Japan up against Wadgren of Sweden. It's a repechage match in the J1 under 90 kilograms. Well, it's about third time we've seen Wadgren coming for that Makikomi. Well, it'd be interesting to see what the referee does now. He might just rev it up a little bit with a Shido. So Matsumoto gets the Shido.
For your information, Mr. Gentlemen, today final block starts at 3:30. So starting time for the final block today, 3:30.
Well, the starting time for tonight's final block is an hour earlier now. Going through it so quickly. He's looking for the turnover, is Matsumoto. I don't think it's going to happen though. Well, yet again, Wadgren has been sending that Soda Makikomi over all the time. And it's been Matsumoto following through in the ground. But, of course, groundwork doesn't count, you know. So if it's if it's a valid attack from Widegren, then he will rack up the attacks and the penalties will go to Matsumoto. Well, this time he tries to take it a different direction, Matsumoto. Can't quite get in there, can he, Widgren? Tries to go the other side this time. And I think Matsumoto is about to get a second Shido. Well, he hasn't had a chance, has he, to attack Matsumoto? The second Shido will come now, actually, from Matsumoto. So it was on the cards, wasn't it? That's for sure. Well, for any of our listeners listening in, now we're on mat number 1 now. The mat number 2 and 3 are finished. We're going to be with all the medal matches, which will be on mat number 1 and 3, and the gold medal match will be on 2, which is what we're going to cover. But then as soon as that's over, if the other one's still carrying on, we'll go to either one of the bronze medal matches. And that's going to start at 3:30 local time here in Tokyo. So do join us for that. Oh, that one is not far off, and again he's just building up the attacks. Widgren then. Matsumoto hasn't been able to put any attacks in, and I think he's in danger of Honsokomaki here. One more chance. That was better. He was so close then to getting Widgren on his back. Just that extra little bit there would have done it. Well, I thought so. I thought Matsumoto was in danger of getting a third shootout. So it's all over. Widgren will go through for a bronze medal fight. We've still got some matches, 3 more matches just about to happen. Don't go away.
One more time, information for all the delegations. Final blow today starts at 3:30. So one more time, final blow today, 3:30.
改めまして会場内の皆様にお知らせいたします。ファイナルブロック最終ブロックは本日3時30分スタートに変更いたしました。
Time for the next repechage on tatami 1, J1 under 90 kilo.
続いては J190 キロ級青ウズベキスタントゥルグン・アビエフ白アメリカアンドレ・ワトソン 先ほどの勝者は青ウズベキスタントラガン・アビエフ。
Next repechage J1 under 90 kilo.
続いて J190 キロ級青日本松本義和白カザフスタンバイルザン・アルスタンベコフ。
So Irsbeckov in white. Yeah, Matsumoto, Japan, blue. Another Repechage fight here. Can he get the leg out? I think he will. He'll get the leg out and into the Tati Shiho. And Irsbeckov manages to get the Tati Shiho Gatami. Just needs to hold it for the 20 seconds. Oh, he had a Wazari on the board though. So I think they counted the whole 20 seconds there. So Irsbeckov then wins that by Ippon. So we got, what have we got? 4 left of these matches in the early stages of the competition here on day 2, and then we've got all the medal matches.
Next repechage J1 under 90 kilo.
This next repechage match then, J1, 90 kilograms again, Uzbekistan. Sorbayev up against Chasin of Thailand. Sorbayev in white, yep, Chasin in blue. Wants the arm over the top there, Sorbayev. Well, gets a Wazari there for that. Ashley was at, changed the direction and managed to climb on top. Wants the leg out, and I think he's got to tie up the top half first. Oh, and he manages to do it this time, so gets the leg out in the end, and Togatap manages to grab the leg again. Can he get the leg out again? The referee giving it a chance. Yep, which is always good, and that's going to be Tatish Yogatami, and that's the reason why. So now Soribayev manages to hold. He needs to hold for 10 seconds. Oh, it was right on the bell there. I don't know whether they're going to give it. They'll check. I think it was right on the top of the bell, which means that they'll allow it, I think. Just needed a second. A second was Ari, and they are having a little check. So he doesn't get it. So it was 9 seconds. And Jason gets a second chance. I'll be disappointed with that, Malloy. I think so. Sarabayev. Can he come round again? So there was a Wazari given to Chasin then. Now, can he hold on to the leg? Because there's only 10 seconds needed now. And Chasin not giving up in this match. It's good to see. This is what got this score. The Sianagi there took him onto his side. And he gets the Wazari. So from Sarabayev, almost definitely having won it, 9.4 seconds or whatever it was. The possibility he could lose this. Well, credit to Chasin because he really battled hard to get that back. He wasn't going to give up. So it's Jason that gets the Shido for not putting any attacks in. Oh, and he's done it. Oh, Chasin has absolutely stolen it there. And Sarabayev goes right the way over the top with that Sirtoshi there. And, well, what can you say? What a fight back that was from Chasin. He never stopped chasing. Well, that's what you get when you chase. So next one up. So we've got 4 left here, I think. Oleg Kritol of Moldavia up against Cyril Jonard of France. This is a J1 under 90 kilograms. It's a semi-final, so this is all systems go with this one. The winner of this will fight the winner out of Batuyag and Powell of Great Britain. So, as you can see, not just Jogai, but also has to physically warn Jonard that it's mate. Kritol then gets a Shido, so does Jonard. Not attacking. So Jonard gets signed there that he's got a penalty against him. Straight into the Newaza. immediately the hajime comes. Tension in the arms. Slight jigatai position as well, which is what you don't see so much of now in able-bodied, and that's going to be a score. Ippon scored from Kritol. Takes him back, and Junard couldn't stop it. He's a bit annoyed with himself, actually, but Kritol kind of waiting for it. Big smile on his face says it all. He went across for the Osoto there, overreached. And then the Osoto Geishi there to take him backwards. And Kritol will be really pleased with that.
The winner of the semifinal in light judo representing Moldova, Kretzul goes to the final. Jonathan of France will compete for bronze.
Well, I think he knows, you know, that he overstretched there. It's one of those things, I'm afraid. So next semi-final then, J1, 90 kilograms. Bachug of Mongolia. He's in a fight Daniel Powell of Great Britain. Great semi-final, Daniel Powell. Sasai Surakami, or was it Hizaguruma? I'll have to ask him. Good ashiwaza by Powell. Uses his feet nicely to gauge where his opponent is, and that's why he has success with it, because then he can gauge the distance between him and his opponent for the attack. Tomanagi. Can he do the turn? And he's got the arm. Can he get the submission? That was great stuff. That was great transition there onto the arm there from Powell. And he's going to do it again. All over him in Newaza, Daniel Powell. Well, he was changing directions everywhere, wasn't he then? Daniel Powell in Newaza. Well, again, it's all Powell, and that's a nice drop Seanagi there from Powell on the left. Going to be a Shido, I think, for Bachug in a minute. So he does get a Shido. Tries a Sasai again. Can he climb it? Oof, across the face, I think. Absolutely on top of this, Daniel Powell of Great Britain. Just needs to stay on top, not make any mistakes. Oh, Oso to Gary. So close there with that Oso to Gary. Well, he just, he came in. He was right the way in there. And just overbalanced. It wasn't quite in the right position for him. Great commitment from Daniel Powell. So again, Dan Powell dug in there for the shimiwaza, and it was across the face. Oh, and he gets it. And he gets it. That was a beautiful Sasai again there from Dan Powell. And he scores an ippon with it. Sasai Surakumiyashi and takes him flat onto his back. That was really lovely judo. It really was. So great performance from Dan Powell, taking him through to the final against Kretol of Moldavia. Well, that was a terrific performance, wasn't it? Really was. Two more contests to go. We've got Oskar Widgren of Sweden up against Turgan Abdiev, Uzbekistan. Next one up. Oh, and a Wazari straight away there and straight into the hold down for Abdiev. Abdiev isn't going to let go of that, is he? So that's going to be all over, I think. Seconds tick away and it's all over. Wazari Awazetiapon and Abdiev goes through. So Ashiguruma, Makikomi and directly into the hold. One more contest to go, and this is Irsbeckov, Kazakhstan, up against Ketyu Chasin of Thailand. We saw Chasen absolutely rescue himself from the last contest. My goodness, talk about dig in. Well, I've got to apologise for my husky voice, everybody, but I had a bit of a bad voice the whole of this last couple of days. Well, the whole Grand Prix as well. So, just one of those, I think. Doesn't happen very often. And straight away here, Irsbeckov straight into the attack. Can he get it? Can he get his leg out and Chasen again? Not giving up. I'll tell you, he's not going to give up easily, is Chasen. Oh, and he does it. And he gets a Wazari for that, Irsbeckov. And he's gone into the hold down here now. And he's managed to get out again, Chasen. Managed to just wriggle himself out. And can he bring it back? I'll tell you what, I'll be really impressed if he brings this one back. Oh, and it's all over. So it's all over. Irsbeckov then takes him flat on his back for a nippon there. Yokogaki, and just takes him cleanly onto his back. I was going to say you don't see it very often. You see it more often than now than ever before. In competition, that is. Well, so that finishes everything for this preliminary round of the second day of competition here at the IBSA Judo Grand Prix Tokyo 2023. So we're going to be back at, well, about an hour and 17 minutes and ready to go for all of the medal matches. Remember what I said, it's going to be bronze medal matches on mat 1 and 3. We're going to be covering mat 2 to begin with all the finals, and then we'll go on to the bronze medal matches as we go through. So do join us, we'll be back soon. Until then, it's goodbye for now.
One more time, final clock 3:30.